Hi everyone, the purpose of this video is to explain Deep Thought's roadmap, what we've done so far, what we wish to do going forward, and what kind of people we're looking forward to hiring right now. So that's what this video is about. So Deep Thought as a company was incorporated in the year 2020, and at that time the idea was to scale the MIT, Harvard, Stanford kind of education across the world through a unique LMS, a learning management system that spreads research oriented education. That was the original plan. So then we realized if you want to change the way, the concept was never to change education system, but the concept was to bring more leaders into the society. So the vision, where the business model and the activities of Deep Thought have changed, the vision has not changed. And the vision is to have a better society where you have more of leaders who are able to create that socio-economic impact, right? To have leaders who can create that socio-economic impact. So a society where intellect is respected. So today film stars are heroes, sportsmen are heroes, but scientists, researchers, innovators don't get that recognition. So we want that kind of a society. So that's the vision of Deep Thought, right? To produce more of leaders who can create that impact and make sure we have a society where intellect is respected. So now we started off with work in the school education space. We made a pivot. We got out of school education space because we realized the biggest villains in this entire system are the parents, who out of ignorance of the previous generation are again passing on the same nonsensical education to their children. So we exited the school education space. Then what we started doing is we started working with startups, started hiring interns for startups, started educating interns, started inculcating this thought process of leadership, psychology, product management, and all of that among interns. Went well. But then we realized this thing was not scaling because until you work at the grassroots level, you will not have enough supply of people who can do this kick-ass stuff in companies. So then we started working out of an engineering college called St. Mary's College in Deshmukhi. And there we started understanding how do we educate students so that we can bring the transformation in students. And that's where we sort of understood that most students do not have proper guidance until 12th class. Most of them do not have a purpose over what they want to do in their career and so on. So unless they get proper counseling and unless they're guided on doing real projects, it becomes very difficult to put students on the right path. So as a result, the problem today is a lack of motivation. And in those who have motivation, the motivation is only money. The motivation is only money, or some of them, the motivation is I want to grow myself. That's it. So all these are very weak motivation. If no motivation is bad, if no motivation is terrible, maybe money as motivation is very bad, and me is bad motivation. All of them are bad, right? Bad, very bad, terrible. How do we nurture students who want to think of others, not think of themselves? Because your economy will be in a good shape when you have a very supportive ecosystem. You have a very supportive ecosystem when people don't think of themselves, when people think of contributing, when people think of how can I make the other's life nice. Now, why don't we have such individuals? Because all of this comes from the upbringing, right? Parenting, what value system the parents teach the children. And second, of course, what the college teaches, what the school teaches. Parents and school, of course, have a very big role to play here. But college also has a role because college can nurture people and ingrain this thought process in people. So culturing and value system, I think, are super important. So now Deep Thought wants to build a talent pool. Say the goal for the next 1 year is by January 2025, the thought process is how can we produce 10,000 students, 10,000 students who are really good with technology, who may be good data scientists, good software developers, good product managers, and so on. 10,000 students who are really good with technology. But apart from being good with technology, we'd want these people to be altruistic, right? Think of contribution, think of helping others. So to produce this talent pool of 10,000 individuals who can be wonderful leaders for the society and economy is the main goal. So we have a 4-step roadmap. Step 1 is how do we create leaders for the society and the economy, 10,000 of them, right? And step two is to build a recruitment business on top of this. Why a recruitment business on top of this? Because that would help us, put these people in important positions, not just, because you may nurture a very good youngster, but if you put that youngster in a bad environment where the people are not very supportive, that youngster may not be able to grow. So to not only prepare such talent, but also take care of that talent, that when they go into a company, they get the right kind of emotional support, I think is the second problem, through the recruitment business. And the third step is we want to get into performance reviews and HR consulting business, which we've done, but we'd like to productize that, which is if companies are having some issues in getting the productivity out of their employees, or employees are having issues with the company, we can be available on an hourly consultation basis where the companies can contact us and we tell them how to solve their problems. All the people management, let's, for the lack of a better word, let's call it people clinic business, right? People and project clinic. To put the projects in the right direction, to put the people in the right direction would be step 3, people and project clinic business. And step 4 is to get into culture tech business, which is the long-term goal of Deep Thought, which it was for the last 1.5 years, which is through a product, manage employees, make sure employees are able to grow, and make sure employees are able to give the best contribution to the organization. So to transform every employee and make sure every employee is passionate about their work. Because today, as per Gallup's research study, $7.8 trillion are lost every year. As per Gallup's research study, $7.8 trillion are lost every year because people are not passionate about their work. So that's a long-term goal. Maybe at $100 per employee per year, develop a SaaS subscription through which we're able to do cultural integration, performance reviews, learning and development, emotional wellness, and project management. A comprehensive suite is what we want to develop, and an AI suite through which companies and people are way more effective at what they do. Now, why is this important? Well, imagine walking into your bank where somebody is probably playing poker during lunch and that person is irritating you in the bank. Now that person will be more passionate. Now that person will try to solve your problem. Or let's say you call up a customer care. The person in the customer care is a problem solver and your problem gets solved a lot faster. Wouldn't you get through life in a much better way if everybody around you is a good problem solver and everybody is passionate about solving those problems? You'd get better service from all the businesses around you, right? If this world is driven by problem solvers. So that's, I think, what we'd like to achieve. That's the end game. But in the next 1 year, as I mentioned, the goal is to produce 10,000 torch bearers for this mission, 10,000 youngsters or torch bearers for this mission. So, and see, today, if you look at large players, Scalar, Masai, in Hyderabad, you're having a few players as well. So all these players, what they're doing is they're trying to bring the so-called industry experts. They have a course which goes on for 6 months. So when the course is very long, the dropout rates are very high, students give up midway, and there's lack of industry orientation in the courses that they provide. So our target is to, have a course which is not more than 1 month or 2 months. Now, if you ask me, how is this possible? Well, in St. Mary's College, diploma second year students, 16, 17-year-old students, were able to build a Node.js project with 2 days of training. So when you use the research-oriented way of learning rather than spoon-feeding, when people learn in the way of thinking, people learn faster. Maybe these 12 students we picked in diploma were already very curious, were already in a Baba Ranchod Das mode. So you spend some time in getting everybody into the Baba Ranchod Das mode where they ask questions, they're curious, they explore and so on. And then within a month, I believe, either React.js or Node.js can be taught. So the idea is to create courses, offer courses where within 1 month or 2 months, students are able to learn this and do an industrial internship with us and then get ready for the industry, right? So 3 points there. Point number 1, to cut down the amount of learning period, right? When people spend 6 months in the learning period, a lot of people drop out. In most programming courses, half the people drop out midway, they give up, they think they can't do programming. So reduce the duration so that people have that sense of achievement of completing tasks and go to the next level. That's 1. And two, when the so-called experts teach, nobody understands. Usually people don't understand when experts teach. So we would like to bring in this peer-to-peer mentoring concept, which we have kind of refined at St. Mary's College, where students are teaching students. Because when a recent learner teaches, the recent learner knows the pain of a recent learner, right? So before an exam, you don't go to your teacher, you go to your friend to help you with your doubts. So peer-to-peer learning, cut down the duration which the course takes. And the third one is to also offer a virtual internship where students are able to work in an industrial scenario where they work on projects, they understand a client's use case, build as per the client's use case, get feedback and improve things as per a client's use case. We're trying to create a simulation of that so that everybody gets industrial exposure, because the way training institutes teach these courses again is not in lines with how industry thinks about it. So making a course which is a lot more industry oriented, where the duration is a lot lesser, where peers teach it. So a course which is being sold for 2.5 lakhs in the market, we'd like to bring it down to 25,000. Because if your peers are teaching you, you don't have an expert to whom you have to pay insane amounts of money. So somebody who's a student who's recently completed the course would not want too much of money, right? Would just want to get some pocket money and maybe clear the bugs and doubts of somebody else, and as a result gain more experience by solving others' bugs. So this way the one who's teaching is also getting to solve bugs, and the one who's learning is getting support from a recent learner at a lower cost. So that makes it a lot more vibrant for the education system. So this is what we want to build. Now, while we are building this, we want individuals who are passionate about the larger dream that we're trying to solve. So one, we want individuals who are altruistic. If you're a self-centered person who's always me, probably we don't want to work with you. But if you're inclined towards helping the others, making the society better, then probably we're looking for you. And point number two, we want somebody who's really passionate about teaching. Usually the altruistic people are also passionate about teaching. Who's someone who's passionate about helping the others, because this whole product, be it product management or software development or data science, whatever we're doing, the intention is to make people. So if you're passionate about people, you're passionate about teaching, I think you'll be able to build this product really well. And three, we'd want individuals who are, agile, who are startup oriented, not the ones who want a safe corporate job, right? The ones who are creative, the ones who have the risk taking appetite, who want to be in for an adventure. So this is what we're looking for. Now, obviously, when I'm looking for adventurous rebels, the selection process is not going to be straightforward. We're not looking for people who want a 9-to-5 job. We're not looking for people who want a, just an offbeat job. We want people who are ready for a very large responsibility and who get innovation. Innovation is not meant for everyone, because innovation can break you emotionally. We want those with that endurance, with that personality. So this selection process assesses that. So we hope you enjoy this selection process. I can tell you, if you come in with an open mind, without the pressure of will I get selected, will I not get selected. If you come with an open mind, okay, let me experience this. Let me try and learn by attempting something which I've not done before. I'm sure you'll enjoy the process, and I'm sure you'll have a great learning out of it. So go ahead with this mindset, attempt all the steps of the selection process, and we hope you like the adventure. The two selection process, both the links are given to you, one shorter one and one longer one. The longer one, I think, will really change your worldview and change the way you look at the world. So go ahead, check out all the articles, check out all the videos, and attend the selection process if you want to with an open mind. Wishing you all the best.